very powerful strike. Now, blocking two punches with the same hand. Slap the first one down, go to a head block, grab and control your opponent, punch his ribs. Continuous. 1, 2, 3. Stepping in, countering. 1, 2, 3. Study it carefully. Practice in the mirror. Even if you don't have an opponent, work on the form of the technique. Now, an outside-in block. Watch. Master comes around with his left arm, knocks the punch off direction, counters to the ribs. Swing that shoulder around, counter immediately. Stepping off to the side. Notice his strong balance and good technique, good form. Now, using an open hand block to draw your opponent down on his punch. Watch. See how the momentum pulls him forward? Counter to his jaw. Come right off the block with your palm. You'll take his head right off. Drive your palm under the chin. Block, strike. All one movement. Punch comes into the body, block, strike. The block is a short circular movement across the front of your body. Look how the block momentum brings his punch down. When his punch is down, he's off balance. He cannot counter with the same hand or even the other hand. That palm strike of the hand is devastating. He'll never recover. Drive. Use all your power to counter. In a street fight, you may only have time for one counter, and if you miss, you could be in big trouble. Now, a very similar technique, same block. This time, counter to the throat. Counter with your fingertips, keeping them tense, palm up all the time. Crushing the Adam's apple. Counter. While your opponent tries to get his breathing back, you can run away to safety. Block, stepping in, fingertips driving up like a knife into the throat. Study the movement carefully. Master drives in. He steps in, blocks, shuffles, strike the throat. Shudo strike to the neck. Same block, utilizing the chop to the neck. As you can see, you can come off the open hand block with many different counter techniques, many different strikes. Block, chopping the throat, crushing the Adam's apple. It's very quick, one continuous motion. The attacker wouldn't know what hit him. It happened so fast. Now, blocking kick attacks. Pay attention now, this is very important. As the assailant kicks, the master hooks it with an open hand block, counters to the attacker's groin with a kick of his own. Striking with the ball of his foot, keeping his toes curled back as taught on tape 1. Blocks, counters. When he catches the foot, the attacker is helpless. Drive up hard, right into the groin. That's why the open hand block is excellent for controlling your opponent. If he kept his fist tight, it wouldn't be the same. The attacker could set his foot down. But with the hand open, the master can grab his leg, hold it, and counter. Now you can see the difference. He blocks with a fist block, tight-fisted down block. Counters straight into the rib cage or solar plexus. It's a very hard block. Can virtually break the attacker's leg. Keeps his fist tight. He blocks down with his forearm muscle. Notice how the block travels across his body. And of course, the quick counter, as always. Same technique. The only difference is he goes to the outside. This way, the attacker exposes his kidneys and ribs. In a real fight, you just don't know which way you're going to go. Just be prepared to counter from any situation. Work all angles when training. Try to imagine your attacker coming in from 10 different sides, and you're ready for each one. He drives that punch into the ribs, puts all his body behind it. Now the master slaps the kick away. This completely drives his opponent off balance. The opponent exposes his back, and once he does that, he's finished. The master more or less just spins him around, uses the attacker's force against himself. Slap, counter. Simple slap will redirect all the power of the attacker.